Well, it's February, and I just have not done very much in terms of like filming. Been doing quite a bit of stitching actually, um, but life got away from me. I haven't had an update. All of my sort of plans to do like a plans video and like a whip parade and stuff like that all fell through. So we're here. It's February. We're doing an update. Things are not going to settle for a little bit longer, so it's going to be a little bit sporadic, but we can do this. This is fun. So, for anyone who doesn't know or needs a refresher, wants a refresher, my name is Gothy. My pronouns are they, them. I am a queer, trans, polyamorous stitcher from Australia. I am disabled. I have two cats, and this is the goblin bullshit that I do on a day-to-day basis. This is, yeah. So I do actually have quite a bit to go through. My last update being just before Christmas. Yeah. So basically, the reason for a lot of the chaos was one part was like work. We've been getting absolutely smashed for months now. We were expecting it to get quieter over the Christmas period when we have a skeleton staff and most of the business is shut down. We did not. And on top of that, my housemate, who is also, like, he's the able-bodied component of our household, he's also my carer, he was away. He was in the States for 5 weeks, like 4.5, 5 weeks. So I didn't have a carer to help me with, like, the sort of day-to-day stuff that I do have trouble with because of my physical disabilities. So December was exhausting, and January has not proven to be that much more relaxing. Like, housemate came home and that's all fine, but work has just been like, we've had the busiest January we've ever had the entire time that the company has existed, and it's just been non-stop. Yeah, and then life has been lifing. I didn't have my tablet for like 2 weeks because the screen repair didn't go well, because my tablet that I use for Pattern Keeper had a big crack in it, and it's had it in there for ages. But I was finally like, oh yeah, let's actually go and get it fixed. Unfortunately, when they fixed it, the screen stopped working with the S Pen, which I do use. So I had to take it back, and it blew out into this whole fucking nightmare. I will never ever ever go back with this company again because they are absolute fucking trash. It just bad time, super bad time, and yeah, like I actually had to give them my tablet, and like they kept changing their story, and they were like, oh yeah, like we're gonna get this out today, we're gonna send it by courier to the head office is gonna fix it. And then, like, I called for an update because it had been 4 days and I hadn't heard anything. And they were like, oh yeah, like, we're just waiting for the parts. Okay. And then I'd call them 2 days later, like, they would say, oh, I'll check where the parts are at and I'll get back to you within, like, 12 hours. 12, 24 hours. So then I'd give it 2 days and hadn't heard anything, so I'd call them back. And then he was like, oh yeah, like, the courier still has it, we don't know where it is. And it's like, that is an entirely different thing than you told me 2 days ago. And, like, this is because I had to hand it over, like, sort of without preparing to hand it over. I didn't back anything up on it that's not already, like, sort of backed up as my day-to-day sort of processes. So, like, if I have to buy myself a new fucking tablet and, like, lose all of that data and stuff like that, we're gonna have significant issues. And then they, like, called me back 20 minutes, like, oh, no, we've got it, we'll fix it, I'll go find some parts. And it's just like, you've had it for, like, over a week at this point. Like, come on. And then they started not answering my calls, so then I had my housemate try to call them, and they answered him right away. And I was just like, yeah, okay. So, like, this is becoming a whole thing. So, yeah, yeah. Like, they were like, oh, we're gonna bring it to you on Friday, like first thing Friday morning, once we've done the screen. I was like, alright, cool. Gets to like midday on Friday and I've heard nothing from them, so I thought, oh, okay, like I'll just give them a call, see if they've got like a time frame or something, because like I'm working, so I have to be able to step away from work. And they're just like ducking my calls. So I had my housemate call, and they're just like, oh yeah, we'll have it there by 4 o'clock. We'll call before we get there. And then they didn't do that, so I didn't have the pre-warning to tell like work, oh, I need to step away for a few. And then they hand me the tablet and it's dead, so I can't test it after they've handed it to me to make sure it's actually been fixed. So then I have to tell the guy, like, you're not leaving until I've tested this. You are going to wait for me to be able to charge this enough to turn it on and test it, because I'm not going through this again. And yeah, but it's working, it's back, it's done. I try not to, Karen. I try not to. Like, but when they're ducking, like, the whole reason was, like, the initial guy who did the initial repair, I told him something was wrong with it, and then he goes, oh yeah, I'll give you a call on Monday, and then didn't. So I sent him a text message that he didn't respond to. I gave him till the end of Monday, tried to give him a call just once, and like I only call once, I leave a voicemail, I let them have time to respond. Didn't hear back from them on Tuesday, so I tried to call again, couldn't get through. And then because I had the Wednesday off, because I had my rescheduled tattoo, I just didn't, I was just like, you know what, they have a storefront local to me, I'm just going to take it down there. And they were the ones that took it and sent it to the sent it off with the courier and stuff like that, although apparently they didn't do that until the following day, which is also different. It was really fucking poor communication, and like, oh, like, this is what we're going to do for you, but they're like not following through on that in the time frame that they set. So like, it's not my expectations, it was like they set the expectations. But the tablet is here. The horrible part about that was that this all happened at the time where I had scheduled myself to pick up my full coverage whips for WhipGo. So without my tablet here for Pattern Keeper, I don't like to do my full coverage on my phone, because I do have Pattern Keeper on my phone. I couldn't do those full coverage projects, and because they just kept taking so long, and like the time frame kept sort of expanding, it was like, okay, but like I have to get these stitching done. But yeah, we did eventually, like I did eventually, and I'll go through all of that. Tattoo my tattoo artist for like double booked because she didn't write my rescheduled tattoo date into her journal, like into her diary. So she double booked. So I got there and we just did the consult for the design and everything like that. And I'll put a picture up of what it is, because she came in on one of her normal days off to do the tattoo, so I didn't have to take more time off work. And because I had to reschedule it because of my housemate going to the States, because their tattoo shop is not wheelchair accessible, unless you're in a manual chair, because you've got to lift it up a couple of steps. So, yeah, I have to have my housemate help me with that, because I can't get around in the manual chair independently. So we rescheduled it for January, and then she double booked it. So I went and got that done last weekend. Was it last weekend? Yes, I believe so. It was, yeah. So last weekend was when I was intending to film this, but I had a bunch of housework and just like life stuff to do, and then I had the tattoo on the Sunday. So I will put a photo up this side, this side. But the artist is Oni O'Leary. She's fucking amazing. She's this is one of my bucket list tattoos from one of like the artists that I like set as like a bucket list artist to get a tattoo from. There are 3 on the list. One of them's there is a 4th who is in the States, and I don't think that one will ever happen, to be completely honest. But the other 3 are in Australia, and she is one of them. And the prompts, I basically just gave her prompts and told her to just go with it. So when we did the consult, she was like super excited about it. And it was really fascinating to just sort of like watch her sketching it out and like coming up with the idea. That was a really interesting process to watch. Yeah, so the prompts that I gave her was vampire, BDSM, and cross stitch. And she's done a phenomenal job. I can't wait. Like, the next session will be in April, and that'll be the colour that we start. Basically, I had some stitching with me, and I like showed her like some of the different sizes and shapes, hoops and everything like that. And like I had some, because I had 2 little projects with me, as little handbag projects, and I showed her like the hand dyed fabrics, and that just like she's gone with it, and she's gonna do like a big rainbow fabric thing, and like you'll be seeing it because the photo will be up. While I'm sitting here, like the photo's not up, and I'm just like referring to nothing. But yeah, so tattoo is happening. But because we did have that day where we took time off work, and my brain, like, the autism was autisming, and I was like, no, but like I prepared myself to be getting tattooed, and like now like I'm starting to freak out a little bit because it's not happening. We ended up going to this other tattoo shop that I know of in the city that does like flash tattoos and stuff. And me and my housemate had been talking about getting some tattoos. So I got wrong arm. The swap thing, like I have enough trouble with right and left most of the time. The fact that it's mirrored, throws me every time. So this is my other new tattoo. It's a black sheep of the family, because I am the black sheep of my family, and I turned all of my trauma into kinks, hence the kink headgear. So we have 2 new tattoos. Yeah, so that's a thing. Now, in terms of stitching, because I realize I've just been rabbiting on, in terms of stitching, I have done quite a bit. Because I had that period of time where I didn't have my tablet, I ended up just starting a bunch of stuff. So like this has very much been a month of starts. So I've started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 projects, but 4 of those are already finished. Which is wild that like first month and I've already got 4 finishes. I did also work on a whip, which was Arthur's, which I will show as well. I've got some haul because while my housemate was in the States, his brother was happy for me to just like ship some stuff to there, and he was going to bring it back. So I have some floss and some fabric that doesn't, not all of it ships to Australia. Some of it does, but like it's a really high cost for the shipping, so I took advantage and I got a couple of things. Yeah, I guess we go through. I guess I'll pull Arthur's out first because that is an existing whip. Oh, and some of my haul does include new hoops. I got a set of the dark grey nerd hoops. So I got all 4 sizes. It's just that the other 3 are all in use at the moment, and this is the big one. I don't like the biggest one super much, but I've not really used it with my cross-stitch stand yet, so that's what I'm waiting to do. But so far, I really, really, really like the nerd hoops, to the point where outside of these hoops, which are a bit better than the other ones that I had, I've rehomed all of my other hoops. So I've just got Q-snaps and these, and I've got that hoop and a slightly bigger one. I also cleaned up all of my all of my project bags, and I have new project bags as well. These are also from Deb's Threads Designs. So I have a Minecraft one because I'm autistic. And there's a couple of others in here that I'll have to go through and pick up as I get them out, because they have different bits in them. So like this one is like fabrics that I've pulled for new starts. These haven't been started yet. This is a new bag. And I don't have my other scissors in here, so I don't have the scissor fob, because she always sends like bonuses. So like there's also a hoop cover, like a hoop grime guard, which honestly is fucking amazing. It's also in that pumpkin fabric. But she also sent me a scissor fob that's got like a little bloody knife on it, which I love it. And I'm now swayed over to scissor fobs. I didn't use them before, and now I'm obsessed with them. So yeah. So we have that one. I got this is the new one, and that is the new one. So some skulls with some flowers. Again, that's just some stashed fabric that's ready for starts. And this one is a new one as well. This one has some projects in it. I was looking for Arthas, but that's not going to happen. So these are two of the new starts. I'm going to pop them there. And I'm going to move this. This is just going to be a bunch of, you know, pile them ups, basically. Those are... Minecraft bag has, like, fabrics for new starts, too, so that's where that one is at. That is kits. Those are getting ready to start, and there is Arthas. Alright. Arthas lives in this bag, also by Deb's Threads. Most of mine are from them, because I'm all about those Halloween fabrics. It's my jam. And of course I covered my notes, because I actually have notes this time. So what I didn't do. So my WhipGo plans for this year, because I didn't do a plans video, I filmed parts of it. I filmed putting together my WhipGo board, and I also filmed putting together my new spreadsheet, which I will show in a moment. I am just doing full coverage on my WhipGo this year, without any stitching goals or like time frame goals or anything like that. The goal is to just, if it's called, you pick it up and you stitch on it until the dopamine goes away. Because last year I started getting really sort of stressed out towards the end of the year, about the stitchy goals. And like, oh, like, I have to do this many stitches, and if I don't get that many stitches, then, you know, it's gonna be bad. And like, it's just, yeah, the anxiety was anxietying. And I needed to relieve some of that for this year, because the start of this year is going to be incredibly chaotic. And I don't know if it's going to settle or not. Because at this point, we've been getting smashed at work for like 4.5 months now. And then with my with my trip coming up next week, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be gone for 3.5 weeks. So I don't know how that's going to change everything. And yeah, but others did come out. So this is 18 count. This is a very big project. This was my largest full coverage project. It is fan art by Breathing on, Breathing Art on DeviantArt. It is World of Warcraft art, so we've got Arthas and Sindragosa in the middle. So the last time I picked it up, I did this corner. And this time I did this corner here with the blue. So this I had to do after I got my tablet back. And I did 1,661 stitches, which took the project to, it is now at 16.12%. And I'll show off my fancy new spreadsheet, because it's kind of cool. I'm quite proud of it, because I built it myself. But yeah, this is where Arthas is at. So I think I only stitched on Arthas for a couple of days by the time, because like it was towards the end of the month. But Arthas did get some love. And I'm thinking about... The problem is, like, because Arthur's is great, because it's got a really good balance between confetti stitching and block stitching. But it's still a lot of colours to carry around, so I don't think I'm going to take this with me. I don't know that I'll take any of my full coverage with me. We'll see. We'll see. So then we have, because I've got these out already, we've got some starts. And I've got the dates. So this one is... it's just a small start. I just wanted to start some stuff. So it's going to say Beneath the Floorboards. So this is Storms colorway by Color Cascades. 18 count. This is by Black Waltz Stitching. The pattern is, it's a Edgar Allan Poe. And it's going to say home is where the heart is under the floorboards. I started this on the 17th of January. So I just did a small start. I just put a few stitches in. And this one I've actually got to take off the hoop because I just want to. Not much of a start. It just looks like the word no. It's going to say demons. This one is from... Do I have a designer for this one? I'm pretty sure I do. No, I don't. Okay, so I don't know who the designer is for this one. I picked it up at some point. It's based off the BuzzFeed Unsolved. Specifically like the paranormal ones. And it's basically from the episode with... Now I can't remember which one they were hunting, but there's a moment where Shane turns around and he's just like, "Hey there, demons, it's me, your boy." That's what it's going to say. And it's going to have a big pentagram in the background. But yeah, so that's the start on that one. That fabric is Dark Fantasy by Color Cascades, which is really pretty. Did I start this the wrong way? Oh no. I need to check that. Okay, I may have started that the wrong way. That might be a thing. I'll double check that later. It's not a thing to do now. Let's not fixate on that now. Another new start. I started this on the 5th of February. I've written down Jan. It's not January. This is from Colorfully Sarah. So far we've just got some Minecraft flowers and some Minecraft bees. Not a lot. That fabric is Clouds and it's on an opal. So there is Spuckle. It's 18 count. So that goes there. I just have stuff freaking everywhere already. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's everything. That is slated for a start. That is a full coverage. That is a full coverage. I really should have just pulled these out first. Hindsight. I need these two, I believe? No. Okay, so that one I need. Home. Eva doesn't have a bag yet. Hey there, demons. And those ones are all finishes, so those are in the drawer. Okay. So, because I'm going to the mirror retreat, at the, like, in early March, mid-March, early-ish March, I started a new Bewitching Pixie. So, I haven't done much on it. This is My Island Home by Color Cascades. All of my Bewitching Pixies are being done on blue fabrics. So, this will be the third one. That's all I've done. It's showing black, but there is purple in there. And she will look like that. So, not much done. I started that during the online retreat. I'm also going to be starting, this one's The Baker's Wife by Nora Corbett. I've realized I've covered the picture, but I'm going to be doing it on this fabric. It's called Welcome to the Jungle by Colour Cascades, because I'm all about the crazy fabrics. And I'm also going to be starting Raven Queen, and I have fabric as well. I just have to actually sit and start those, but worst case I'll just take them with me and start there. Either way, they're going to get started. The other project that I started, which is still a whip, it's going to be a whip for a long time, and it is now my biggest full coverage project, is on the 1st of January, literally at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I started the Quick Stitch Heaven and Earth design. It is the supersized, not max color, Quick Stitch of Phantom of the Opera. I just realized I don't know if I have the artist because I'm a dumbass. I don't. Okay. I'll have to look that up and add that in, but we put, I put 1,156 stitches in, and I did this, I only worked on this the once, just to get it started, and I did this while I was watching the Phantom of the Opera, and this is where we're at. So it doesn't look like much at all, but that is 1,156 stitches. I'm doing this 1/1 on 25 counts, full cross. I have not done a full coverage on 25 count before, so it's unfortunately this was like the sort of biggest, like the highest count that I could go. I could have had it smaller, like, because this fabric is huge. I could have gone smaller, so like done 28 count, but because I've not really stitched on them very often, like I've only stitched on 28 count twice, and they were both small projects, and I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to something as big as Phantom of the Opera on a count that I've not done a big project on before. And 25 was like right on the edge of like, this will fit on this piece of fabric, just. So I can't do this on 18 count, I can't do this on 20 count, definitely not on 14, unless I like somehow pieced the fabrics, like pieced two pieces like together and stuff, and I'm just not fucking around with that. So 25 count is where we're at, and I was actually really surprised at how quickly that was stitching up on the 25 count. So that was pleasantly surprising. But yeah, that has started. I have not done anything about the edges of this fabric though. I may need to, because it's a little bit wild over here. And it's just Magic Guide because I wanted to try that as well, because that is not something that I have tried. This one is not a Deb's Threads bag. This one is from, oh god, I can't remember, and they don't have a tag. There's another person that I bought some bags from, who's also based in Australia. So this one's like, it's got like fancy candles and stuff, and I just thought it was very Phantom of the Opera. So that's those ones. These can all go back on top, and I'll fix that up properly later. Now we get into the haul so that I can get to the starts and finishes. Oh, and Sylvanas. Alright, so the numbers that were pulled for Whip Go in January were for Arthas, which I did, and for Sylvanas. So the Sylv Sword design on Thread Geeks. Yes, Thread Geeks. And again, I need to put the freaking artist there. So, my original plan for this project was to do it on this fabric. So, this is a 32 count linen. Now, just a moment ago, I was saying how I didn't want to commit to doing a full coverage on a fabric count I've not really used. this was going to be a test one for me because Sylvanas is not full coverage. It is background removed, and I felt confident that it wasn't going to be too huge that it was going to be unwieldy. And I fell in love with this fabric and I had to have it. So I bought it and I wanted to use it for that. And then when I was sizing up Sylvanas and like working out if I had a piece of fabric for her, this was basically like one of the only pieces she was going to fit on. That of hand dyed, because like background removed, I want a pretty fabric. I started it on this. I did about 50-60 stitches and then I unpicked it. It was not happening. 32 count, hard limit. I can't do it. And especially because this is a linen, not an even weave as well. I couldn't stand it. I started at 1/1 full cross. It's not happening. I then did a little test piece to see if I could do it 2/1 10 stitch. Hated it. I just don't like the way the stitches were looking. It just seemed too tiny. Yeah, I was not enjoying it. So then I started it on, this is a 32 count Belfast in Vampire. So then I went through my stash to see if I had anything else that would fit on. And I did have a piece of 25 count it was going to fit on, being this printed grey marble piece. And as you can see, there's no stitches on it. So I did 500 stitches on this, and I was just not feeling it. Like, it was not giving me dopamine that I would normally get from doing a new start. I was not enjoying it. I'd had my heart set on doing it, like, on this fabric, which, I mean, it's showing a bit more pink, but it is like this stunning fucking red. It is like this deep dark red, and it's modeled and it looks amazing. I wanted to do it on that. Like, once I picked that fabric, like, my heart was set on it. So, like, anything else was probably not going to do the job. So I unpicked it off the 25 count, and I've ordered a piece of this colorway on 18 count that is going to be big enough for the project to be on 18 count. Because I figured, fuck it, let's just go comfort zone for it. Let's get the fabric and the colorway that I want. I know it's going to dye up amazing on Ada as well, because Ada dyes pretty well. So that's what we're doing. I'm just waiting for it. And I thought maybe, like, by the time Sylvanas gets pulled again in WebGo, I'll have the fabric, I'll be able to do that restart, and we'll all be good. So the numbers for this month's WebGo are 7 and 8, which is Almost Time, which is my Victoria Francis, charted by Tilton Craft, and Sylvanas. Sylvanas again. Twice. And, like, I think, if I have a look at my WebGo board, which I will also show, Sylvanas is on my WebGo board twice. So, she's already been pulled for the year, which I'm not pleased with, because I was hoping that I'd be able to, like, do the restart, maybe work on her a little bit. I mean, she still has a chance to be pulled on the wheel, because, like, I haven't fully explained. My plan is to also start using my stitchy wheel more, because I didn't get to do it a lot last year. So I've put all of my projects on the stitchy wheel, including my full coverages. And I've put a bunch of new starts on there that are from that list that I made in September. I think it was September. So that if I don't know what I want to stitch on, I can just pull something off the wheel, and do that. But also, if I'm just feeling, I just want to vibe. I do also have the stitchy wheel on my WebGo board twice as well, so that there will be 2 months that it's a random whip from the stitchy board, and I can choose to spin it twice or 3 times, or like just whatever I'm vibing with. But yeah, this fabric did not agree with me, was not happy. I am planning to destash this. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it on, or if I want to try and like see if someone wants to trade for it. If you like stitching on linen and you want a piece of opal, it's 26 by 36, it's 32 count. It is, honestly, it's fucking stunning fabric. Like, it is way more red. Oh, there we go, kind of, yeah. If you have something you want to trade, like if you have like fabric you're not going to stitch on, or even just like if you want to trade it for like a bunch of fancy flosses or something, I'm open to it. Send me a message. Do the thing. I don't know. Alright, so that is whole, that is a finish. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, that is whole, that is whole, that is a finish and whole. That is finish, that is a finish, that is an older finish that can just go back in there. That is whole. And that is whole. Yeah, okay, cool. For some context in terms of like, the tattooist, can I show any of these? Out of curiosity. She gave me a bunch of stickers, like my tattoo artist, gave me a bunch of stickers. But basically, like, she has this really cool style. This is a holographic sticker. She's very much about the feminine figure. But she does this amazing color work. If I put my finger there, we should be fine. Okay. That is a really awkward way to hold that, and my wrist does not like that. Let me try this. Okay. So she does like really amazing color work. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, starts and finishes. There are 4. These were all started in January, I believe. I've got the dates written down. Alright, so this one is the Venthia Covenant logo from World of Warcraft from Shadowlands. So, little, like I said, these are just smaller projects that I could do that I don't need to mark off, so they were good while I didn't have my tablet. So this one is charted by Sarithri? I'm gonna fuck up the name. And the art is by Frenone. Frenone is not doing art anymore, so the charts are no longer available. Which made me sad because, like, I did this one and it was really fun to do, really quick to stitch. But I never bought the other 3 Covenants. But she messaged me and she was like, well, here, like, you need a full set. So I do actually have them now, so they're gonna get done probably this year as well. The fabric is a piece of Ada that I just hand-dyed. I was doing a challenge for, like, dyeing your own fabric. It's just, I think it's, I want to say it's 18 count. It looks like 18 count. But it might be 16 that after the dye has just shrunk a little. It'll either be 16 or 18. But yeah, that I started on the 23rd and I finished it on the 26th. So that is a finish. We also have, this is a Clouds Factory. This is Nevermore. Because, look, I am a cliche goth, and like, anything cliche goth is going to be like right up my alley. But especially now that I have, especially since I've changed my name, because my actual name is, like, Gothy is my middle name. It's been my nickname for a long time, but it's actually my middle name. My first name is Raven, so I like to just sometimes walk around the house just saying Nevermore, because quoth the Raven. So it was really, really tempting to rechart the text to be spelt the same way that I've spelt my name. And look, there will probably be a project in future where I do that, because I am cringy. But we started this on the 8th of January and I finished it on the 12th. And that is a piece of, I think it's Stormbringer from Color Cascades. Off the top of my head, I want to say that it's Stormbringer. So then this one, I can actually check. Yep, Stormbringer. 18 count plain. So this one is a piece of Ice Ice Baby in 18 count. All of these are Color Cascades unless I say otherwise, basically. And I have not... this is by the Scissor Stitcher on Etsy. And this is Homo Sweet Homo. I started this on the 5th of January and finished it in the same day. It honestly only took me like 2 or 3 hours. Like, it was not very, very intensive at all. It does not come with charted colors for the rainbow house. So I picked my own rainbow palette. And I did make a few little changes and stuff, but yeah. I picked my own palette for the rainbows. It does come charted rainbow, it just doesn't tell you which DMC each symbol is. So I just picked. And then it had a French knot for the doorknob, so I just switched it out to a bead because I don't fuck with French knots. I'm going to mount this onto a canvas, and this is going to be a housewarming gift for my best friend in Melbourne. Her brother and his husband just bought a new home and they've just been able to move in, so this is going to be the little housewarming for them. I just need to mount it on the canvas, and that's where I'm going in a couple of weeks, so I've got a deadline. And then we have Deathwing. This is also charted by Sarithri and the art by Frenon. It is just Deathwing, but he's derpy. And this fabric is from, this one is from, not Banana Oil, the other one. Why am I drawing a blank on the fabric? Oblong Meow. That's, okay. So this is some of the fabric I got from the States. It's absurdly bright, and I love it. The camera is having issues picking it up. I love it. It's obnoxious. And yeah, so this doubles as haul, but also a start and finish. So I started this on the 17th of January, and I finished it on the 22nd. Look at me with all the stats. I'm actually keeping track. I've got like this little journal thing that I've been keeping, and like, I've actually been doing it because it sits next to me now. So like, I'm tracking like what days I stitch, which days I don't. My whip go gets tracked, oops, on that side. So what gets called down the bottom. You can see I was meant to start Stitch for Pride. That did not happen because of the whole tablet thing, but I have fabric picked out for Stitch for Pride. That will allow me to just go wild with the color choices for the floss. I just have to actually sit and start that, which will happen. But we have haul, so that is alright. They all go to the one. Alright, so the other ones that I got from Oblong Meow, there's going to be plastic noises, I apologize. I did not redo this and take them out. So I got 5 pieces of fabric and some floss from Oblong Meow. They do ship to Australia, but they are, like, because US shipping is really expensive to Australia. So this one is an 18 count, it's called Captain Planet, it's just a little 9x9 piece. Is that going to pick up? It's green and blue. The green is not super greening, but it's just another little tie-dye piece. I also got, this is 18 count, this is Mermaid Lagoon. Let's see how this does. It's got like splashes of purple in it. Yeah, they're coming up. But it's honestly, like, it's really, really freaking pretty. It's really, really pretty. And then this is 18 count Enigma. Yeah, that is, it's more of a dark green than a black. It is showing up a little. Oh yeah, yeah, no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Yeah, I love me some crazy fabrics, and I got a piece of the fabric that I have been drooling over from Oblong Meow for the longest time. I got a bigger piece of this one. So this is ectoplasm, and I have been lusting after this fabric for so long. But like, look at that shit. Like, I could say no to that. Like, come on. It's absolutely stunning. I want to do a long dog on this. I think. Potentially. And then I also got some floss in the matching colorway. So this is the ectoplasm. Because what I thought is if I can pick 2 long dogs that are similar sizes, if I do one on ectoplasm in a black floss, and then I get like a black mottled fabric, because Color Cascades have the chalkboard one. I think it's called chalkboard. But they also do have the back and black too. I can do it with the floss, and then they can kind of like be a pair. I haven't even done a long dog at all. Like, it's still in my list of things to start, and I'm already thinking about doing matching ones. So like, that's where we're at on that one. But they are going to go into my fabric stash. Then I also have, now these ones don't ship to Australia, and it's a fucking shame. I understand, like, it's expensive, but like, these fabrics are just insane. So these are from Banana Oil on Etsy. So this is an 18 count fabric, and like, look at that. So the fabrics that they do are, they're made to order. Oh no, they're not made to order. Oblong Meow are made to order. So I ordered those ones first. These ones are, like, they dye them and they list them and you can just buy them. So they ship really quickly, which is really nice. But like, come on. What is this wizardry? Like, it's, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to stitch on these. But like, I could not, like, when my housemate told me he was going to the States, I was like, okay, so can you buy me things from the States? Because like, these were on my list. They were going to be like some of the first things that I bought. I didn't buy too much, but I have to. Alright, now we'll do, like, I can't even pick an order to do these in because they're all fucking stunning. So this one is, this one's 31D. So they don't actually have like colorways, they just kind of do shit. But like, look! Like, yeah! This is 18 count as well, but like, fucking look at that shit! This is my jam. Like, this is my jam. These are wild, and I love them so much. It's gonna be hard to pick a project for them, and I don't even care, because even if I just pull them out every so often and just look at them, I'm happy. So this one is, this is a 14 count. They're also really soft, but like, look! What the fuck? Look at it. It's fucking stunning. Yeah. So that one was showing up a little bit lighter than it is in real life. It looks very dark, and you can see like these really nice dark purples in there too. It's just, oh. Back into the bag. And then this was the last piece I got from them. So this is a 16 count. And like, absolutely fucking gorgeous. Like, it's got like these little patches of like orange and yellow. Like, it's just fucking wild. Like, I can't even comprehend how the fuck. But, like, yeah. I need more of the fabric. I just do. Yeah. So then the last part of my US stash is stickers everywhere. I did get some Night Stalker's Calling flosses as well. I did not get any Pirate Robin. They were also on my list, but it just didn't pan out in terms of the time frame. And I was trying not to have anything. Illidan is sniffing my bookshelf for some reason. I don't know. It just didn't pan out in terms of time frame because I wasn't sure if by the time they actually like ship things out, if my housemate would have already left. So I just left it at the 3, being Oblong Meow, Banana Oil, and then Night Stalker's Calling. And I got 2 of each. They're 10 yards. So this one is Who Are You? Oh, wait, no, this is where I bought... I sort of prepared for this. That's my new Candela Obscura rulebook. That my partner was able to get for me for like $4. Wild. Oh no, wait, I think this one's like 12. Either way. Let's see if this will help. Yeah. So, pretty greens. Of course. I did get some pink because I don't really stitch pink, but this is one of the ones that I was interested in because it's got the speckles. So this is Love Me or Leave Me. And yeah, it's kind of got these like pink and yellow splotches and speckles on them. And I'm specifically interested in the speckled floss because I've used a bunch of variegated, but I've not used speckled ones, and that's what I'm curious about. I'd like to see the difference. So this one is I Smell Children. And again, it's got some speckles in there. So yeah, you want to trade me a piece of fabric for a bunch of speckled floss? I'd be down for that. This one is Lichen. I think I got 3 of these. Because I did have an idea. Can I remember what that idea is? No. But those. And this one is Pink Lemonade. Again, with the speckly kinda. Yeah. And then I got, what's this one? Pumpkin Hunting. This book gets really heavy when you hold it one-handed. And then this one is Elo. Oh, which it's the labyrinth worm saying hello. Yeah, but it's the labyrinth. I love that movie, even if it is super problematic. It's like really problematic. And then the only other haul that I have, like, I have a few digital patterns that I've bought. So like, Stitch for Pride I bought around Christmas. I just haven't started it yet. I have also bought a couple of small patterns. I've got a couple that I bought yesterday that I'm stitching up for my partner for Valentine's Day, which I need to grab screenshots of them, of the actual listings. But I did get some stuff off eBay. There's a particular seller that has just been destashing, so I keep an eye, and I bought, so this is my Whispered by the Wind, Ossuary at Twilight, and I really liked the pattern in there, and like, yeah, And then I saw that, like, there's a whole bunch of other ones. So now I might need to get a couple of these because, like, I really like crows and ravens. I don't know if you could tell. I also got an autumn lane stitchery. I got this one for like $10. And this is the Lunar Witch. And like that's gonna look like if I get like a really cool hand-dyed fabric, like these are gonna look stunning on those. I have a couple of their projects. And then something a little bit different, but like I really liked the look of it. So this is O Feathers by Rosewood Manor, which I have been looking at some of their stuff. I'm probably not going to put the initials and the date down the bottom, but this actually came as a kit with the sulkies. So I got this for like $25-30 with the sulkies. And yeah, like I've not stitched with sulkies before, so I just had a moment where I was like, am I saying that right? I am. It's fine. But yeah, like this is like one strand of this is equivalent to 2 strands of DMC. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. And like, I like peacocks. Like, it's really pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna try that out. So I got those off eBay. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Like I got the nerd hoops. I got a couple of digital patterns. Plans for this month / yeah, okay. So in terms of filming, I don't know when I will film again next, because towards the end of this month I'm going to Melbourne. I'm going to Melbourne for my best friend's wedding, and I'm just going to spend a week after that just kind of doing my own thing in Melbourne, trying to not hate Melbourne as much is basically the vibe. So last time I went to Melbourne, it was a fucking shit show, and I labelled it the worst city that I've ever been to in Australia. I haven't been to all of them, so I can't say the worst one in Australia. I had such a horrible time with access and stuff. So this is my attempt to kind of like give Melbourne a second chance. So I'm going to be in Melbourne for an extra week after the wedding as a holiday. And then I'm going up to Brisbane and I'm going to the Mirabilia retreat. So that means that I'm not going to be back home until the 18th of March. So I leave on the 24th of February, and I'll be gone until the 18th. So I don't think that I will be able to get a video out. I don't know how much more stitching I'm going to be able to do. I'm obviously going to take a bunch of stitching with me. There's a bike going past. I'm going to take a bunch of stitching with me. I don't know how much I will actually get done, or like, yeah, it's just gonna kind of be a bit sporadic for a little bit longer. Which also means I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about my WIPGO plans for whatever's called for next month, but I will worry about that later. Because obviously the numbers, no, the numbers are not gonna go. They're not gonna be called before I leave, so I'm not going to be able to like pack a project or anything. That's fine. I'll just take a bunch of smalls with me. I'm going to take my new Bewitching Pixie and the 2 mirrors that I'm going to start, whether I start them beforehand or if I start them there. Doesn't matter, they're all prepped and ready to go. There's going to be a lot of like packing, and then when I get back I'm going to have to like unpack and do everything else. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really good. It's going to be the first time that I'm seeing my best friend in Melbourne in person. Like, we've been best friends for years, but we mostly game online, so this will be the first time we've met in person. I'm going to be their Goblin of Honor for the wedding. I've organised like a hen's day. It's a non-traditional kind of thing. we're basically just going to go to the zoo, and we're going to do a tiger encounter, and I've got like a few little special bits around that. But yeah, like it's just going to be good. I'm also going to be going to, because my trip falls around when Knotfest is in Australia, I'm going to the Melbourne Knotfest as well, which will also be giving Melbourne another chance to do a music festival that has more than one accessible bathroom in the entire festival. Because that's what happened. Because the last time I went to Melbourne, it was for Download Festival, when they were trialling having it in Australia. The entire festival showground, one accessible toilet, and it was not cleaned at all during the day, wasn't topped up with toilet paper or anything like that. So, like, it was a fucking nightmare situation of, like, this is the only toilet I can use in the entire place, and it is disgusting. So, yeah. Hopefully they do better this time around. But I am going to Knotfest because it's going to be one of my bucket list bands, being Within Temptation. I was also looking to see if I could do, because they announced sideshows in Melbourne for Within Temptation, but they've sold out already, so I can't make it work. And it's during the wedding week, so I'm not going to have a lot of free time. But yeah, I'm planning to do, potentially, hopefully, there is a tattoo shop that I found in Melbourne so that I can get my travel tattoo, because that's a thing that I do. That is trans and queer run. All the artists are trans and queer. So hopefully I'm going to be able to line that up. And the same for Brisbane. I found a trans tattoo artist. It's a little bit away from Brisbane City, but seems to be fairly accessible, so I'm going to try and line that up as well and just get like a little travel tattoo. Nothing huge, just it'll probably be like something like on my arm, like the your coffin, my coffin or yours was one of my travel tattoos. I've got my 2 Perth travel tattoos on my ankles. So I've got the jellyfish, and then I've got the demonic, the satanic quokka summoning demons. And I, just for context, I'll put a photo up of them because I can't bring my ankle up. But yeah, travel tattoos are a thing that I do. So I'm hoping to get those 2 lined up. And this week I need to just sit down and see if there's any like cool things, like work out what museums and stuff I want to go to, because that's my jam. I want to do museums and stuff. I'm taking my camera with me. Take some stitching. I might take some colouring depending on how much space I have in my bag. Yeah. It's a lot of planning. I'm coming up to that like hardcore planning stage. I still need to like bleach and re-dye my hair. I'm going to try and get a proper shave, because like this is wild. Yeah, there's a lot. So I don't know how much I'm going to get done over the next couple of weeks. I do also have a couple of gigs in Sydney before I leave too. So next week I've got... Is that next week I've got Lorna Shore? No, the week after. So next weekend I'm taking my partner out for a date weekend. We're going to go see Hadestown, because that's showing in Sydney at the moment. And then the following week I have Lorna Shore. And then the night before I fly to Melbourne, I have a gig as well. So I've got Kitty and Ginger. That was going to be a mandatory thing. Like, as soon as Kitty released the new album, I was just like, if they tour, it's mandatory. Like, I cannot miss that. Kitty is one of my all-time favorite bands. They are... Like, they've been one of my favorite bands since I was a kid. Or, like, since a teenager. And they're just the complete opposite of problematic from day dot. Like, you don't get that a lot in my generation. Like, with my generation's music in terms of, like, bands. Because so many of them, like, oh, yeah, like, their music's great. Oh, look, they tried to kill their wife. They hired a hitman for their wife. Or, you know, too many of them have fucked around, and now they're finding out, and it's just, like, it's not that hard to not fuck around. But, yeah, Kitty have always been Like, and they've always been like queer and trans friendly and stuff too, like the whole time, which is amazing. So yeah, Kitty and Ginger, mandatory. I need to actually, I'm going to try and find a hotel near the airport to stay in that night so that I can just go to the airport in the morning. I don't have to worry about like coming back out to Western Sydney, going back in to get to the airport. That is a thing that I have to do. Shit. Okay. And then yeah, and later today I need to pull some fabric out to do these Valentine stitching for my partner. I haven't decided if I'm going to do like 3 different pieces or like put it just all on one piece of fabric. I haven't decided yet, so I need to do that. Oh, I could do it on that purple and green fabric from Oblong Meow. The Enigma one. Because those are the 2 favorite colours of my partner. I might have to look at that. Alright, so yeah. This is very much going to be a bear with me. I will get to videos when I can. Things are chaotic. I'm also unsure if I'm going to be continuing posting on Instagram. It's kind of like in that grey area where like I don't want to keep posting on Instagram because Meta is a piece of shit. Well, mostly Zuckerberg is a piece of shit. But because I've had that set up for so long and I've got the following there and I've got, you know, like people that I talk to and stuff, it's difficult. I am now on Blue Sky as well. The link should be below. I'm trying to build that up and I'm trying to develop the habit of posting on there as well, because like that's the other part of it, is I need to like get used to checking it and posting on it and stuff. But yeah, that is a thing. I do wish that Blue Sky had like a stories thing and stuff like that, because I do like doing that and I like posting stories. We have an Illidan. He's been actually curled up behind me this whole time, sleeping. And Arthas is... Nope. Can't see him. Arthas is right here. And Illidan is... Oh, hi. Hi, baby. Mwah. Yeah. So, I am very concerned. I am not happy about leaving you for 3.5 weeks. I'm very worried that you're going to forget about me, and that I'm going to come home, and you're going to run away from me, like you did with my housemate when you got back from the States. Arthas, like, when my housemate got back, Arthas took off under my bed and did not come out for the entire day. Would not go anywhere near my housemate. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of shit on my desk. You can't stand on there and walk on there. I know, I have to clean it all up. You're still not allowed to walk on there. No, you're just staring. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have some cuddles, and then I'm going to start cleaning, and I'm gonna start doing stuff, and I need to call that fucking hotel. I need to do that before 5. Yeah. Also, the makeup is supposed to be Sylvanas, like with the tears. Yeah. Testing new palettes, because I did get a bunch of new palettes for Christmas, so yeah. Oh, and that was the other thing. My housemate's Christmas present to me was some dice from the American Critical Role store. So I have new dice. I should show new dice. Sorry, Illidan. That'll have to wait. I have dice. Who can say no to dice? So he got me 3 sets. So each of them comes in like little leatherette bags. So these ones are, so these are the fern dice. So we have the Bell's Hells logo, and they've got flowers in them. How am I going to do this so that they... Yeah. Dice are hard to show, it turns out. But they all have flowers in them, and they're really pretty. They're sharp edge dice, so I will probably keep them in these bags. These are the Laudner ones, also from Bell's Hells. So they've got white and black inky splotches because she is a warlock, and she uses like Form of Dread and stuff. But they're really cool. Do the thing. They don't want to focus. And then he also got me the super fancy Matron of Ravens dice set. So like here, that's like super fancy. And it comes with like, it has its own little bag, and it has its own cleaning cloth, which is wild. So like the cleaning cloth, this Matron of Ravens with her cool raven mask, and the dice. The dice have got inclusions. They've got the little mask, so they're like half clear, half black. And they've got the raven's mask with like gold wiring, like the threads of life kind of stuff. They're really fucking pretty though. And I love it. They all have masks in them. Ow, I shouldn't have picked up the D4. It's basically a caltrop. But yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that was his Christmas present to me. I got him new t-shirt because like his birthday is also really close to New Year's, so for Christmas I got him a t-shirt, a really fancy, like, it's like he's been exploring the whole Pomodoro thing as like a way to help with his ADHD. So I got him like a little timer thing that he can use during the chill out thing that's also got like, it's like magnetic particles and stuff, so it also does like funky patterns and stuff, so that it's also used as a mindfulness kind of thing. So I got him that and some more incense because he likes to burn incense when he's working in the garage, because he's got his workshop set up in there. And then for his birthday I got him a record because he's just recently bought just recently been given a vinyl player. So I got him his favorite Tool album on vinyl. Yeah. So yeah, we got presents. We got things. And then the other thing that I did for his birthday was I also took him to Cirque du Soleil. They had the Big Top in Sydney. So for, yeah, the show was Lucia. So the big butterfly one with the butterfly wings and stuff. It was really cool. And Andrew enjoyed it. He was happy. He ended up taking his mum for her birthday, so he's seen it twice now. But yeah, that's been everything, I think. I don't think I've really done much else, honestly. It's just been trying to recover from work, and like, it's been so exhausting every week. And then just trying to get everything prepared for the holiday and the trip. Because Andrew's also coming down for a couple of days, so now we've got to try and organise for someone to come and feed the boys for a couple of days, and like, there's just so many little logistical things, and like, this is the longest holiday I've ever had, the longest trip I've ever had, and it's the first time I'm going to two places, because like, I've gone to a place and then come back home. This time I'm not doing that. I'm going from there to another place before I come home, so I'm also just trying to think of like the logistics of like making sure I can pack enough clothes, or like what the deal is going to be for like food and like washing my clothes and stuff like that. So the hotel that I've booked for Melbourne is like a little apartment kind of thing. It's not an Airbnb. I refuse to use Airbnb because rental crisis. Too many people are using Airbnbs to when they could be having rentals. It's a whole thing in Australia. Probably other places too, but like in Australia it's really bad. So I went for like a proper hotel chain kind of thing, but they have like longer stay apartment kind of things. So it's got like a full kitchen, cookware and everything like that, washing machine, all that sort of stuff. So that's going to help me because I'm going to be 2 weeks in Melbourne. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah. I mean, look, if there's any Aussie stitches that can recommend wheelchair accessible craft shops in like either Melbourne or Brisbane, I'm mostly going to be in the city for both of those. But yeah, if there's like something that's like really good, let me know. Let a bitch know. I could use some more stash. That's absolutely something that I need to do. I'm gonna need to take some. Okay, I'm just, my brain is just like squirreling off of like, oh, but you've also got to do this and like you got to remember to pack this and that. I need to start making a list and start writing these thoughts down because I will absolutely forget, and then I'll just squirrel again later. But I am gonna go. This has been a really long video. I didn't even show the fucking things. Hold. I forgot, because I'm good at this, that I was going to show the WIPGO and everything. So, you know, yeah. So this is my WIPGO board. It's very basic. I'm just going to zoom it in. Or maybe I'm not. Okay, then. You won't do that. That's fine. Alright, so full coverage projects. I don't have numbers on it. This was not the most ideal WIPGO board for me. It was very much a last minute kind of deal. So Long Dog, New Start. It's not a full coverage, but I put it on there anyway because it's a bigger project. Phantom of the Opera, New Start, and the Sylvanas is the New Start. The rest are all existing whips. We've got our free space, which I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. And then I've got my board, my stitchy wheel one. So this is the vibe. So that's my WIPGO. And then this is my fancy new, very bright spreadsheet. That's what God damn. Okay. So this is my new stitchy spreadsheet. So this has got all of my full coverage. It's got how many stitches in total there are in the project, how many stitches I've done, how many stitches I have left, and the percentage complete. So the way that this works is that all of this data is input from each individual spreadsheet. So I put down, you know, what the total stitches, how many I did with the date, how many that automatically will count how many stitches I've done in total and how much the percentage has changed. And then that feeds that through over to here, which is like my overview page. So I've got one for all of them. You can see that some of them I've just put in like what I had done when I made the spreadsheet. And then this is like my thing where I was testing the codes and the sums and everything. So yeah, this is my new spreadsheet. And then the only other thing, what I can put. So that is my whips. So we have, for anyone not familiar, this is my whips board. I use Trello because I like the visual kind of thing. You can see I've not put photos up for everything yet. But I do like that I can add multiple photos and like have a look, You can see I was doing some calculations there. I need to actually mark that one off because I have hit 15%. But yeah, so we've got my full coverage whips. We've got partial coverage, which goes the other way. We've got beading and special, which all of my mirrors will go under. And these are my ready to starts. I track how many I finished, so there are 4 finishes so far this year. Last year I did a total of 13 finishes. They're not in any particular order, but there are 13 there. And then we have my stitch wheel. So I do need to actually change some stuff in here because I have actually finished some of these now. Pose Home, Belfry Tango, Benthia, and Deathwing. Cool. And save. Cool. Alright, so this is my stitchy wheel. I'll probably do some more updates to it. I do also have my full coverage one. So if I specifically want to work on a full coverage, I can spin them here. And I might add a couple more in there as new starts. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, this is the main one. And we just do the spinny spin. I might even use this to decide which projects I take with me. Yeah. And what I have actually done too is I have actually made it so that you can spin this in my Discord as well. Which I thought was nice because then I can just like put a little command in if I'm like doing a stitchy hangout or something like that. Which I'd like to start doing more of, which I haven't done in a long time. But yeah, you can join my Discord if you want. There's not a whole lot going on in there, but yeah, gaming and stitching at some point. But yes, that is plans, that is whips, that is whip go. And I closed the spreadsheet, so yeah. Oh no, I didn't. It's there. So yeah, we are gonna go back to a dark one. we are into the year, and it is not slowing down. It is not any less chaotic than it has been. Hopefully it does settle soon, because I am exhausted all the time. But we'll get there. I'm gonna go, because this is a really long video already. I was thinking about tacking on the videos that I did make of me putting together my whipco board and the spreadsheet, but I'm probably not gonna do that. They'll probably just sit there. They're not super exciting, and it's mostly just like me doing a few things and then getting distracted because I thought of something else. And like, yeah, there's nothing super exciting on them. But also, if anybody wants to use the spreadsheet as well, let me know, because I can make a blank copy. And like, people can use it. Yeah. I'm happy for people to do that. If anybody wants one, I can do that. And otherwise, I'm gonna go. Also, if you wanna do a trade for some fabric, hit a bitch up. Let's do it. Stuff, things. Save me from the mistake that I made when I thought, oh yeah, I can stitch on linen. No, I can't. So, enjoy your stitchy time. I hope you are getting lots of it. Or just chill time. Whatever you need. Do the thing. I believe in you. And particularly for my trans family in America, existing is the most fucking punk thing that you can do right now. So I hope that you continue to exist, because we always have and we always fucking will. And that is not going to change just because someone signed a piece of fucking paper. Fuck that shit. Fuck it.